Charles Laquidara in studio.
I gotta this is important.
Yes, it is.
I just got this text. $100 if you say my name, Don Bertolino. I'll be at the show, front and center stage. Paola lives. Love you. Love you, my brother. Okay, that takes
Don
care.
Bertolino, Don Bertolino, Don Bertolino, Don Bertolino, Don Bertolino, $500.
And that takes care of my Uber ride over and back.
Hashtag quid pro quo.
If you would like to take on Charles Laquidara in the Classic Rock Clash for a pair of tickets to see Tedeschi Trucks Band Friday, December 6th at the Orpheum
Put
Theater.
that bed up louder. That's a scary bed.
617-931-100.7. All right. Once again, if you'd like to take on Charles Laquidara.
Charles is scared by our beds.
Well, not too long ago, a listener sends me an email and says, I'm going to Hawaii, and I'd like to go meet Charles Laquidara. I went, oh, boy. So I forwarded the email to Carter. 3 weeks later.
Charles just spit his water out through his nose.
3 weeks later, this listener emails me, not only did I go to Hawaii, but I spent a whole afternoon with Charles Laquidara. He even took me for a ride in his car.
To the police station so he could prosecute him.
So does this happens?
All the time.
Does it?
But there's a sort of a negative thing about that. I love meeting Boston people in Hawaii. It is such a pleasure to hear somebody talk about Dunkin' Donuts and But my problem is that I have a really awful memory. So I'll spend hours with people. I'll spend one time some people have spent a whole week at my place, and like 2 years later, you're not going to believe this. You're going to think I'm lying, but I'm not. I forget them.
Yeah.
I forget their names.
If you don't see them a lot or often,
But still, I mean, if you spend a week, come on. If you spend a week with somebody, you're supposed to remember them.
Yeah.
You got a guy in the sales department. What was his name? The guy I just met.
Brian,
he waved. This guy. I come in to meet with Carter, and there's some guy waving way in the corner.
Right.
And I wave back. Of course, you do. That's what you do. You wave back.
Right.
And he walks over and he says, "Hi, you don't remember me, but we spent a week together at your place."
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that happened. So
but that's very nice of you to do that.
Well, by the way, you've forgotten that when you're in Boston, when someone waves from across the room.
Wait a minute. Did I sleep with you?
Yes. You flip them off. You don't wave back.
Oh, no.
What do you want? Is the first words
what
out
are
of
you
your
doing?
mouth, okay?
It's so pleasant now that you're in Hawaii.
I know.
The fact that you have an open door policy like that, I listen to that story and I think to myself, that is not going to happen with Kevin.
I just.
Yeah, but he's going to live in a cabin in the
you
woods.
imagine-
Who wants to go visit that?
Yeah, but could you imagine if it was known where he was, and
What
an
is
old
this
listener
about,
said-
Kevin? What are you guys talking? Does only your audience know what this is about?
That Kevin's curmudgeon-y, like you were
I'm
telling
of
before?
course.
I'm an a-hole, basically. Right. And you're
No
Hey,
listeners.
wasn't that your role? I don't
Are you
know.
allowed to say ho? What?
Yeah. No, just not ass.
let's go to Wayland. Say hello to David. Hey, David, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Say hello to Charles Laquidara.
Hey, Charles. How you doing?
Hey, you say Charles. So where are you from? You're from New York? Where are you from? You're not from Boston.
No, I am. I'm originally from here. I'm I'm right in the Metro West area. Right in Wayland, right next to Framingham.
Nice.
You know what Framingham is backwards? Magnum. Okay. So obviously this guy.
I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'll keep that on the back burner. I'll remember that.
I was just thinking, were you the last disc jockey?
I like how you had to pause after you said thinking.
with a
'cause it's
Wait a
that
minute. Who are you
difficult.
talking to? The listener or me?
You. Were you the last disc jockey with a Boston accent? I mean, can you think, is there another, or it ended?
Wait a minute. First of all, the question is loaded. First of all, I went to the Pasadena Playhouse and I spent a lot of money and 4 years to learn how not to have a Boston accent. You're mixing me up with Dwayne Glasgow.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Ah.
And we're not going to talk about Dwayne.
Well, Dwayne was fired, and yet they kept you, which I thought was interesting, right? Didn't they fire Dwayne?
Yeah, that was so. That's funny.
Because he kept the accent.
If we start doing those stories, we're going to be here all day.
All right, we don't have.
But I got to tell you though, we are going to tell those stories December 10th,
Right.
at the Wilbur Theater. Daysinthelife.com. Spelled days with a Z.
At your farewell show, Days, D-A-Z, in the life.com. All right, let's get this game going here.
Bitch's bitch. You're gonna be my grand bitch.
Going head to head, rocking out, talking trash. We'll reign supreme in the classic rock clash.
All right, so can a listener answer more classic rock questions than Charles Laquidara? And we're going to let Carter will be a lifeline for one question. So you can use Carter one time.
But he'll give me a hint.
Okay.
He will give you, not you,
Not you, David.
Charles.
Oh, okay, yep.
All right? Just in case
Poor
you-
David's like, I'm so sorry. I'm in Wayland.
All right, so I'm going to ask you, Charles, to for both of you to remove your headsets and go into the soundproof booth. Then we'll bring you back in.
I got to warn you, I got Bluetooth.
Okay. I gotta warn you.
He doesn't know how to use it, though. Don't worry.
December 10th. Days in the life with a Z.
There goes Charles Laquidara.
I think I'm in love with him.
Oh, boy.
All right. All right, so we have 5 questions.
Okay.
Save 5. You all set? All right, David, here we go. Question number 1.
All right,
Okay.
David, the theme for today is Movember. Grow a mustache this month to raise awareness for men's prostate cancer. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, okay? All of today's answers, David, feature classic rockers who sported a mustache during their careers, okay?
Okay.
David, this classic rocker ruled the stage with his mustache in a legendary performance at Live Aid in 1985.
Freddie Mercury.
Correct. From time to time, this lead guitarist sports a thin black mustache as a member of Aerosmith.
Joe Perry.
Right on it. Tonight at our annual turkey meet and greet, details at WZLX.com for you listeners, the great guitarist Gary Hoey will perform. He can be heard right here performing a song by this mustachioed classic rocker.
After all the jacks are in their boxes, all the clowns have all gone to bed.
I hope my brother's listening in Ohio. He'd be creaming his jeans.
You can hear happiness staggering on downstream
All right.
and footprints.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix.
You got it, David.
right.
Nice job.
Very, very nice.
Hey, David, question, yes or no? Do any members of the Rolling Stones have a mustache? Yes.
That would be the original members.
Any members of the current Rolling Stones have a mustache?
We're talking about, okay, so the 4 members, we're not including Daryl Jones, right? The bass player, we're not including him, right?
Yes or no? Correct. We're not including him.
Not including him, that would be a
Need it.
3.
that would be a no.
That is a no. You're right. Okay. Whew. Muscled through that one. All right, last question. This classic rocker wailed with his drumsticks, sporting a mustache in the early days, drumming with the band Rush. Can you name him?
John Rutsey.
Neil Peart.
How did you get that one?
Where's that name from? Is that your uncle?
No.
How the heck did you get that one wrong? He was on a roller. So what do you get? 3?
4.
4.
Nice job.
He'll
job,
get all.
David.
He'll get all of them though, because those are really easy.
I think he should, yeah.
These are super easy. All right, Charles Laquidara has entered the room with Carter Allen. You can use Carter as one lifeline. Okay.
What's the question?
We haven't asked.
We've
There's
got
5 of them.
There's 5 questions.
Oh,
Hang on, Charles.
they did not tell me there was.
I think you're going to get all 5 without Carter's help. Are you ready for question 1?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, the theme is Movember. Okay, growing a mustache for prostate awareness. Okay, so every answer is gonna
I
be
wish
a
there was a
classic
camera on
rocker
his
with a
face.
mustache. Every question is going to be about a classic rocker with a mustache. Okay,
Okay, I only know one.
all right.
No, you know more.
This classic rocker
Does
ruled
Peter
the stage.
Townsend have a mustache? That's not my question. That's not my
He's
question.
got a mustache and a beard like you do, just like you do. All right, so this legendary classic rocker had a performance at Live Aid in 1985 that will never be forgotten. Can you name him?
A mustache and a beard?
Just a mustache.
Just a mustache?
Name
Live
the
Aid.
artist.
Live
famous.
Aid.
Oh, the guy, the singer for Queen.
That's
Who is
And
it?
his
Who is
name?
it?
Starts with
Wait a minute.
Wait.
F-
Gay,
It's not gay. You can't just say gay, and that's the answer. It starts with an F.
hold it,
H.I.
I gotta think.
Look at me.
3 seconds.
F.
Freddie
Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, I said that.
No, you said gay.
Gay is not the answer.
The guy with the teeth. The guy with the teeth.
Yes, the gay guy with
All right, give me
overbite.
another one. I'm ready.
Well, there's 4 more.
There's only 4 more
There's
questions.
4 more coming.
All right, now I understand how this works.
Okay.
You have to
Okay.
actually say the name.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Not just how they feel.
Charles, from time to time, this lead guitarist sports a thin black mustache as a member of Aerosmith.
No, Joe Perry.
Yeah.
That's
I was
right.
going to say, chances
That
are
I was going to say
Right.
Steve
you
Perry.
talk to him
I
a
was going to
lot.
say Steve Perry, and then I was going to sing a Journey song.
It'd have been funnier if you sang an REO Speedwagon song and just totally went off.
The great guitarist Gary Ho is going to be performing in our.
Say it again slow. Gary, what?
Oh boy, we're not used to talking slow, right? Gary Hoey is going to be performing at our turkey meet and
That's
greet
not the
tonight.
question, don't
Not
worry.
really worth you knowing that, but the details are at WZLX.com. He is performing a song here by what mustachioed classic rocker?
After all the jacks are in their boxes, all the clowns have all gone to bed.
I hope my brother's listening in Ohio. He'd be creaming his jeans.
You can hear
Your
happiness.
brothers wore pants.
This was yesterday on the
staggering
show.
on down
So
street.
you can name the artist.
So who's the artist?
Go one more. You got to go a little more. Where's the
Dressed
bridge?
in red. And the wind cries, Mary.
Oh, the wind cries Mary.
Whose song is that?
Carter.
Gary Hoey, geez, you're doing all.
I'm odd to say, right?
Well, you can use him as a lifeline if you want.
Give me a hint.
I'll give you one, and then Carter will. He died at 27.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like 70 of them. Yeah. Jim Morrison.
No. Not a lady either.
He had a band called The Experience.
That's Jimi Hendrix?
That's a Jimi Hendrix song, yes.
Did that count as my lifeline?
I don't think so.
No, it didn't.
No.
No.
All right.
Hey,
so
David, just so you know, our plan is to keep you until lunch.
Okay.
David's still on the line.
Poor David.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. What's David doing with all this?
He already answered.
No, but what does he do?
He got 4 out of 5 right of these questions.
Yeah.
How many have I got so far?
You've gotten 2 out of 3, but really 0 out of 3.
What does he win? Does he win like a
He wins
Subaru?
tickets to a show.
Is there any box doing this?
No.
Don't ruin this, Charles.
We do that on our own.
No, he's only making it much better. Charles, do any members of the Rolling Stones have a mustache? Yes or no?
No.
There you go.
That's
All right,
correct.
that was quick.
That's correct.
Was that a real question?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
That's what I'm thinking
Hey.
all the time.
Hey, you can't put down the questions when you get them right.
And finally,
But
this-
wait a minute. What if,
Yes.
what if Mick Jagger just grew a mustache 2 weeks ago?
It's possible, you know.
So I would have
he's
been
more
right no
interested-
matter what I answered.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
He's more
There you
interested
go.
in
Yeah.
making babies in his 70s.
Don't be ageist now.
I'm be ageist if I want to be.
Okay.
Finally, this classic rocker wailed with drumsticks, sporting a mustache in the early days, drumming for the band Rush.
Oh, man, no.
No.
N. Starts
Well,
with
that-
an N.
And
Neil.
Pert.
Yeah, but you can't give him that. can you?
You said Neil. I didn't.
Somebody told me to kneel, so I kneeled.
Pertly. You kneeled pertly.
Believe me, you played that game as bad as we would have, so don't feel bad.
Wait a minute, is this guy going to win now?
Yes. Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's a good thing.
I'm
A
exhausted.
tie is a win.
Hang on, I'll put you on hold, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Nice guy there.
Way to go, Dave.
Well, Charles, it's been fun.
Yes,
This
it
has been
has.
super fun.
Memorable.
You're staying, right?
I gotta go. I gotta go on Maddie's show now.
Oh,
Can't
dude.
say that about another show right now.
Why? Aren't you all the same company?
Yes.
You won't have as much fun.
It is funny because I was talking to Matty the other day, and I said, because he's like 70. I don't know how old you are, but you look great for whatever you are. And
I would kill to be 70.
You look great for whatever you are.
But
That's
You were even
great.
bad at compliments.
well, let me just tell you, that dude loves that guy
You look
loves
great for whatever you are, as long as you're not 40.
that dude loves radio.
I got to tell you guys, there's this. Carter, maybe you can do it. You can do it. The joke about the hearing aids. Do you know how that?
What?
All right. So, all right, we're
ahead.
gonna do this joke. Okay. So when I point to you,
Go ahead.
Okay, you say, "What kind is it? What kind is it?" Got
You
it?
already forgot.
Okay. So now pretend I didn't tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hey guys, I got this new nuclear atomic hearing aids, because, I had the music up so loud when I was a disc jockey. So now I've been fitted with, these things cost me $30,000. And when I turn them on, I can't turn them on now because they're so freaking powerful. When I turn them on, I'll be able to hear across the street, through the glass.
Oh, my God.
I'll be able to hear whispering.
Wow.
Like, you know how those satellites can look down and read a license
Yes.
plate?
Yeah.
Well, these hearing aids, I'm going to turn them on now. You're just not going to believe it. Okay. I turned them on.
What kind is it?
What kind is it?
It's 8:57.
What kind is it?
All right, so go to daysinthelife.com.
Oh, he's not allowed
Spell
to
it
leave.
with a Z.
No,
Spell it with a Z.
Don't spell it with a Z.
Yes.
If you don't spell it with a
I'm
Z, it's
kidding.
going to take you to a
I'm
porn site. You don't want to do that.
Go check out Charles's farewell show with Spaceman Lee at the Wilbur. Nice having you in. You're always
You
welcome.
guys, you guys
Okay.
are great. What a great show. Boy.
He's so like us.
It's okay. You
I would
don't,
have listened to you when I was doing it.
would you?
I would have stole all your ideas.
Would you?
Make sure you tell Maddie that.
You stole their show for 5 years.
That's right.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, bitterness.
I'm
is
so sorry.
Sorry, Charles.
I'll buy the coffee
As
tomorrow.
long as you're able to get your $5 million in
live in Hawaii.
before you retired.
Spit up all over his pants.
Because I know you made $1 million a year towards the end. Imagine making that
But
kind of
then
money.
I got a divorce, and so now I'm sort of taking those little electric scooters all
For Hawaii.
Boo-hoo.
With baskets full of cash.
All right, Charles Laquidara, everybody.